Yes, sir, we are. All right. So, we're going to talk about money and how money can help you to get girls. But if you don't have game, it's most likely destroying your game. Because, and like I said earlier, I know this because I coach these men. I have coached a lot of men with a lot of money. What's up, right, Kevin? Good to have you back on, man. I coach a lot of men with a lot of money, and I see this pattern play out time after time after time. By the way, if you have questions, just ask me, okay? I have seen this pattern play out time after time after time. There's two things that are fucking you up if you have money and you want to get better with girls. Number one, the first thing is most likely if you have money and you're not born into wealth, you actually created it. That means you've put in a lot of effort, you've put in a lot of thought, you've been strategizing, you have a lot of discipline. You're that type of guy. And that's good in a sense. It also sucks because girls think it's fucking boring, dude. They really don't give a fuck about that. So it's good in the way that you have money. So it's nice to have money. It's gonna help you. It's bad in the way that you lost the ability to be free, to have fun, and to just fuck around. You forgot what it's like to just live and have a little fun and let go. And that's a problem because what do girls like? They love that shit. They love it when you're silly, when you can let go, when you don't give a fuck. They love that. So that's the first reason why. The first reason is that because you focus so much on discipline, money, business, you forgot what it's like to have fucking fun, to live a little, to let go. And yeah, girls, they feel this and you're way too serious. They don't like it. It's not for nothing that if you say, oh, I'm a doctor, do you think she's going to get wet? No, dude. She's like, oh, that's nice, I guess. And if you say, I'm an artist, different impact. They're like, oh, really? You're an artist? I like it. Why? Because an artist is creative. He lives by his own standards. He has his own rules. That's an artist. An artist doesn't listen to social conditioning. Let me explain a little bit about social conditioning as well, since we're on that topic. Social conditioning is the number one thing that's fucking you up with women. Social conditioning told you that you're shy. Social conditioning told you that you're not good enough. Social conditioning tells you that it's weird to approach girls. Social conditioning makes you afraid to approach a fucking girl on the street because you're afraid what people would think of you. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Social conditioning, how does it work? It works in various ways. Sometimes I forget because I'm on a fucking expert level when it comes to women, but sometimes I forget that there are a lot of people who genuinely have a lot of fucked up beliefs, and I forget to teach that because for me it's normal. But I know for a lot of people it's not. For example, a lot of people, where do they get their game from? Songs on the radio, or maybe movies, romantic movies. And whoa, bro, I just had a flashback. I remember I used to be like this. When I was 16, I was an asshole, basically, back then. I had a girlfriend, but I was just smoking weed. I was 16, guys, forgive me. I was just smoking weed. I didn't give a fuck. And that was basically the way that I operated. And so I didn't have a lot of attention for my girl. I just wanted to smoke weed with my bros. So my girl eventually she ditched me because she was like, "Fuck you, dude! Like you're not giving me any attention." All of a sudden, I had this epiphany. I'm like, "Wait, I love her. What did I do? No!" And I thought, you know what I'm gonna do? I have this master plan. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get flowers. Yeah, I'm gonna go on my scooter. I had like a vroom vroom scooter. I'm gonna go on my scooter. I'm gonna go to her house, knock on her door, give her the flowers, and I will get her back. You want to know what happens? You know, you know what happens. That didn't happen. I didn't get her back at all. So yeah, I appreciate the gesture, but you're way too late. And these are things and ideas that we get from romantic movies. Okay, I guess I should just buy her flowers, go over, make this big gesture, and she'll take me back. But she doesn't. Because romantic movies, they plant all these ideas in your head. I love romantic movies. They're amazing. They make me cry sometimes. I look at them like, wow, that's so beautiful. But It's not reality. It really isn't. So that's one thing where you get social conditioning from. What's another thing? Music, where it's like, baby, I am nothing without you. I need your love. Without your love, I am nobody. These kind of messages, and thank you, I know I'm a great singer. These types of messages, they really get programmed in your mind all day, every day. Billboards, commercials. You need this thing, and then bitches will love you. They don't say it literally in your face, but they do say it. They show a guy who has a specific cologne, and then with the cologne, thank you guys. You like that, huh? With the specific cologne, he's all of a sudden attracting all the women. You know the Axe commercial? Shh, all the women runs towards him. Like that's even more obvious, but this works in very subtle ways. You are being programmed every fucking day, and you're not aware of it. I am being programmed every fucking day, and I'm not aware of it. I'm aware of some of it, but most of it just flies by. So social conditioning is fucking you up because it's putting all these ideas in your head about attraction, about women, and they're just not true. What's up, Mr. Abilash? Good to have you on. And it's just not true. So how do you break free from social conditioning? One, you need to be aware of social conditioning. And guys, don't demonize social conditioning. Don't be like, oh, social conditioning is the devil. That's the reason I'm not successful. No, 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 no. We don't do excuses on this channel. We don't do excuses. Social conditioning is also really good because of social conditioning, you learn certain things that you didn't have to experience for yourself. For example, fire is hot. You know that, but I'm sure that you never, maybe you did, maybe you're that one kid, and you put your hand in the fire, like, oh, I guess that's hot. Or you know that jumping from a million feet high building is not a good idea because when you hit the ground, you will die. How do you know? Did you try it? No. You didn't try it. They told you. You've been told. Maybe in movies you saw it and your parents told you, like, it's normal knowledge, but you got that from social conditioning. You've been told, then you understand that if you jump from a building that you will die, so you don't do it. So social conditioning is good, but it also has a very, very dark side because marketing, commercials, movies, all these types of things, they are manipulating you every day. They are putting these ideas in your head. So, as I said, social conditioning told you that you're shy. Social conditioning told you that you're not good enough. Social condition, how does that work, by the way? How does social conditioning tell you that you're not good enough? Any of you have an idea? If you have an idea, let me know. All right, I'll continue. Social conditioning tells you that you're not good enough with commercials. Hey, do you want to finally be happy? Just eat this fucking bag of potato chips. Hey, do you want to feel like you're good enough? You need this car. Everything that marketing is doing is telling you you're not good enough unless. It's literally what they do. They have to. Because if they would say you're good enough and you like this thing, you're not buying the thing. So every day you're bombarded with information. You're not good enough unless. You're not good enough unless. You're not good enough unless. You got it, Reykjavik. That's exactly it. They need to sell you shit. And they just find out this is just how the world happened to play out. They found out that this is a really good strategy that really, really works. You're not good enough unless. You're not good enough unless. So now you feel like you're not good enough unless. Where in reality, I mean, did you ever have this moment where you have like a new shirt and you really fucking like the shirt? Or maybe you have a new shoes and you really like the shoes. Do you know how it feels like? You remember what it's like. You know, you're walking on the street and you're like, fuck yeah, I'm the shit. I have a new shirt. You're just killing it, you know, and the people are looking at you. The people are like, wow, that's Guy. And you're like, yeah, I am that guy. I got a new shirt. Fuck you. New shirt. I'm amazing. Do you know how that feels like? Where you're like, wow, you get that feeling? Have you ever considered you should feel like that all the time? Have you ever considered that you could feel like that all the time? This is what marketing has done to you. You're not good enough unless you have the shirt. You literally see it. You're wearing the shirt. You're like, fuck yeah. Now I feel good. Social conditioning all day, every day. Now that we are aware of that, let me know if you have any questions about that. It's a very deep concept, actually. So I can imagine that maybe there are some follow up questions. Let me know. But now that we talked about that, social conditioning, how do you break free from it? Okay. What you need to do is you need to be able to think independently. What's up, boutique electronic? You need to be able to think independently, because as long as you're a slave of social conditioning, and social conditioning is fucking you up. Social conditioning, by the way, is also porn. I made a couple of reels about porn. Dude, listen, this is hilarious. This is going to shock your mind. What if I told you that you are gay? You're gay. If you're watching porn, you're gay. What are you doing? If you really, really stop and think about it, what are you doing? You are looking at a screen on your phone, and you're looking at two people who are having sex. It's a guy. It's a guy. It's a guy with a naked penis going in the pussy of a woman, and they're doing it, and they're doing a close-up shot on the penis and the pussy, and you are on your phone looking at that. Yeah, yeah, bro, you're fucking gay. What are you doing? Why would you do that? You are training yourself to be a observing little pervert. You're not someone that has sex. You're actually someone that's looking at sex. You are looking at sex as it's happening. You're training yourself to be an observer. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Because it's another example of social conditioning. Just another example of social conditioning. Porn is also social conditioning. It's conditioning you to be a little pervert bystander. Sex is something that other people do and you observe it, but it's not something you yourself engage in. That's the programming there. Are we waking up, guys? Are we waking up? If you have questions, ask me, okay? So, social conditioning is fucking you up. Again, it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. Now that you're aware of it, how do you break free? The way you're going to break free is by first being aware of it. You're welcome. I helped you with that part. Now, what you're going to do is you need to make the shift from social conditioning, which is basically group thinking, make a shift to being able to think for yourself, independent thinking. And people don't like this. And by the way, I'm going to tie this all to girls. All right. So no worries. I'll get there. People, they don't like to think for themselves. Why? Because it takes effort, it takes brain cells. And we've been biologically programmed to burn as less calories as possible. So if we don't have to think, we won't think. But this is also what's fucking you up. So how you make the switch from groupthink to independent thinking is you need to be aware of it. You need to really minimize the time that you're on your phone, unless it's with me. If it's with me, all good, brother, all good. Unless it's with me. And by the way, I am also socially conditioning you, but I have good intentions. I have a good heart, and I'm planting ideas in your mind that are supposed to wake you up, that are supposed to make you free, break free, and really be able to express yourself, get a fucking amazing life. That's why I'm doing it. So, and I'm doing it as well. Like, let's be honest, I'm sharing as much value as possible because also I want you to invest in my coaching because I know that I need value, but two, if you invest in my coaching, if you pay for it, I know that you're going to get way better results because the moment you pay for something, you want to get your money back. So if you invest in coaching that's about breaking free, becoming confident, getting better with girls, and you invest money and it hurts, you're like, fuck, that money hurts, you are going to take action. If we go out and you tell me, yo, bro, here you have 10K. If I don't approach, you can keep the 10K. Are you going to approach? Fuck yeah. Of course you're going to approach. It's 10K, dude. So that's why. Anyways, off topic. How to get to independent thinking. First thing, you need to be aware of social conditioning. Be aware of it. You can't fall asleep. You cannot go back in your old patterns. You need to be aware of this every day, all the time. Even now, as I'm talking to you, think for yourself. I want you to disagree with me if you feel like you disagree with me. Think for yourself. Do I agree with these ideas? What do I think about social conditioning? Really form your own beliefs. Then what you do is you minimize the time with bullshit. I'm not saying you cannot play a video game. I'm not saying you can't watch a movie. I'm not saying you cannot scroll, but minimize it and be aware of it. If you're scrolling 3 hours a day, dude, you're literally programming yourself every day with fucking trash. Absolute fucking trash. Minimize the time that you're on media. Minimize the inputs that you're getting. Read a fucking book. Read a fucking book. The next time when you're on your phone and you see a girl or you see something retarded like a fucking cat doing a dance, I want you to wake the fuck up. Look at it. Tell yourself, what the fuck am I doing? This is absolutely ridiculous. This is eating my soul. I am giving my soul away to a fucking cat. Dude. And then what you do, you click on the button on the side. You put your phone down and you grab a book. You go for a walk. You sit and meditate. You do something. That is what I want you to do. Because the more you're going to be able to do that, the more you're going to be able to break free from social conditioning and actually start thinking for yourself. Because what are you doing if you're reading a book? You're absorbing information that's useful, that you can think about, that you can analyze. What are you doing when you're meditating? You're sitting there, grounding yourself in your own reality. You're being there with yourself. This is how you slowly move to independent thinking. This is how you move away from groupthink. Don't engage with the group so much. Think for yourself. You can do writing. Write, just write. What am I thinking? What's going on with me? You can do meditation. You can do some reading. You can audiobooks. You can go in nature. You can walk. All these things are feeding your soul. They're all making you more grounded in your own reality. So think about it like this. What does take away from my soul? What is stealing my soul? Social media is stealing your soul. Movies are stealing your soul, depending on how you look at them. But you need to do things that feed your soul. All right. Hey, Malachi, what's up? You need to do things that feed your soul. Go in nature, read a book, meditate, gym, run. All these things are real life shit. Okay, Malachi, you have a question. So first things first, I want to I kind of want to call you out, Malachi. I'm saying this from a place of love. What you're doing right now, it already shows that you don't have social intelligence. You don't have empathy. Because I'm going on a fucking rant here. You just joined the live. You don't know that I told a couple of people if you have questions, you can ask me. You don't know that, and you come in and you boom take value. That's your mindset. You're like, oh, boy is live. Let me go on his live and take some value. Let me ask Boy about this very specific situation that I have problems with. And let me ask Boy for the answer for free and see what he says. Even though Boy is on a live with other people and he's going on a rant about a subject that's going to help every one of you. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Genghis? So, anyways, back to the topic and ask your question by all means, but make it relevant for everyone so that everyone can learn from this. So, where was I? You see, this is what I mean. Fuck you, dude. No. Oh, I love you. I love you. But I just want to teach you that lesson. So, for example, if you have a question, you make it relevant to the whole group and you say, yo, I have a question. When you're done, can I ask you? Because for the other guys who are there, it's fine because I told you, if you have questions, you can ask me, right? But you just joined the live. You're like, boom. So I'll answer your question after I'm done with this rant. So, social conditioning, groupthink. Yeah, you need to break free from that. You have to break free from that. Because as long as you don't, you're going to be stuck in social conditioning. And as long as you're stuck in social conditioning, there are guys who are not stuck in social conditioning. And these guys will kick your ass. Not only will they kick your ass in dating, they will also kick your ass in business. They will kick your ass in life. They will kick your ass everywhere. So you need to become aware that you are a victim. You're not a victim, but you are a victim to social conditioning. And the only one who can make sure that you're free from that is you. So this is it. This is the core. Spend most time creating, writing, gym, run, nature, whatever. Spend as least time as possible on consumption, movies, media, all that crap. Now, as more as you're doing that, as more as you're really being grounded in your own reality, you're going to find that you can think for yourself a little bit. Then what you're going to do is you are going to make sure that you're taking the right actions. What you want to do is, now you're thinking for yourself, okay? You have your own thoughts. Now what you're going to do is, I'm going to tie it to girls now. What you're going to do is you're going to approach with these set of thoughts. You're going to think, hey, the world told me that I'm not good enough. The world told me that I should be shy. And maybe I feel like that, okay? Maybe they got me. Social conditioning got in my head. They took my soul. But maybe what I can do here is take a fucking piece of my soul back. Maybe I can make the approach. And maybe I will fail. Who knows? But you know what? I am deciding that I am going to make this approach, and I am just going to see what's happening with my own eyes. Instead of the world telling me that I'm not good enough, let me see if I'm good